Breaking up with a person who likes you is never easy. It requires you to have that awkward breakup talk. It's especially difficult when your partner doesn't see it coming. And because it's an uncomfortable conversation, many people don't want to do it. Instead, they resort to ghosting or fading away as a means of breaking up with someone. If you've ever been ghosted, you know how terrible it can be. So in this video, I'm going to explain why ghosting is so popular, why you shouldn't do it, and I'm going to give you 5 practical steps to get you over it fast. So don't go anywhere because we're starting in 4 seconds. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Antonio Borrello. Welcome to another video. I'm a psychologist and relationship coach, and I make weekly dating and relationship advice videos. This channel is all about helping you build great relationships so you can grow happy with the people you love. So if you're interested in making your love life the best part of your life, start now by clicking the subscribe button and the bell notification so you aren't missing anything. On to ghosting and fading. Ghosting is a process of ending a romantic or platonic relationship by cutting off or blocking or ignoring your former partner's attempts to contact you. Basically, when you're ghosting someone, you're ending a relationship without acknowledging or explaining or informing your partner of your intentions. And being ghosted is not fun. It leaves you confused and frustrated and disrespected as you search for clues to explain the disappearance. If you've ever been ghosted, you know how unsettling it can be. So, why do people do it? Ghosting happens when someone is afraid of the confrontation of breaking up with you. They would rather fade out or disappear without communication than to end it properly. So if a person you're dating is not initiating communication, or they're responding very slowly in a non-engaged way, or making excuses not to see you, then he's using fading as a breakup method. He's hoping that you'll eventually get fed up with being ignored and end the relationship yourself. Or you'll just stop trying and the relationship will fizzle out without any kind of confrontation. Or they just go radio silent, no communication or responses, and they may even block you. But regardless of their tactics, people who ghost are primarily focused on avoiding their own emotional discomfort, and they aren't thinking about how it makes the other person feel. And if you don't have friends in common or run in the same social circle, they're banking on the possibility that they never have to deal with you again. And ghosting is possible today because there are less social consequences to dropping out of sight. And the more it happens, either to themselves or their friends, the more people become desensitized to it, and the more likely they are to do it to someone else. So, if and when it happens to you, here are 5 steps to help you get over your unfriendly ghost. Number 1. Recognize that you've been ghosted. One of the worst aspects of ghosting is the fact that it might take some time before you realize that you've been faded out. And while you're waiting for a response, you'll question whether the other person got your text or saw your missed calls. See, communication failures happen all the time. So it's possible your partner thought that they responded, but you never received the message. So make a friendly phone call or send a brief message checking on them and remind them that you tried to make contact. If you still don't hear from them within a few days, it's time to accept the fact that you're being ghosted. Number 2, acceptance. Coping with the end of a romantic relationship is never an easy process. But when you're ghosted, it's more difficult because you may hang on to false hope. And without accepting that it's over, you might engage in behaviors focused on getting your ex back and prolong your suffering. The process of recovering begins with accepting that it has happened. Acceptance allows the healing to begin and facilitates a quicker recovery from the disappointment. The first 2 steps help you recognize that you've been ghosted. But keep watching because these next steps will help you feel better about it. Number 3, seek understanding if possible. If you're single and dating, chances are you've been ghosted. And when it happens to you, you're left wondering what happened. It's important to remember that people ghost because they want to avoid confrontation or conflict. The lazy ghost hopes that the problem will just go away if they avoid you forever. Of course, your partner's avoidance leaves you wondering what provoked their change of heart in the first place. And let's face it, sometimes the reason for the relationship end is clear. Perhaps there was a disagreement or dispute leading to your partner's decision to bail out on you. If so, ask yourself the tough questions and have the courage to answer them honestly. Perhaps you did something or said something that alienated your partner and contributed to the breakup. Assess these behaviors and why they occurred. Were they situational behaviors, habitual behaviors, or personality characteristics? An understanding of the behaviors and personality characteristics that led to conflict allows you to learn from your experience. Perhaps you recognize how you could have behaved differently. Or was the conflict a result of your partner's objection to a belief of yours? In that case, you'll realize that you would do exactly the same thing again and conclude that your personalities are just incompatible. It's not about you at all. Sometimes the decision to end a relationship is not about you at all. Technology makes meeting people easier than ever. Mobile and online dating provides an endless catalog of available singles. And when you have too many options, it becomes more difficult to choose and to be happy about it. Knowing that these choices exist might make it difficult for people to commit and stay committed to their partner. Ghosting is also common when an on-again, off-again ex shows up asking for another chance. In fact, that's happened to me once. I went on a few dates with a woman whose relationship had ended 6 weeks prior. And I thought things were going great, but then suddenly she disappeared. No response, no communication, nothing. Apparently one evening he just showed up at her door and she then deleted all of our communications. And guess how I found out? Well, she started texting me again when they broke up again. And guess what I did? I ghosted her back. No, I found out what happened and then I told her that I wasn't interested in dating her. Her explanation doesn't justify her ghosting me, but at least I knew for certain that it wasn't something that I did. So if you've been ghosted and there wasn't an obvious disagreement or falling out that you regret, go easy on yourself because it's probably not about you. Focus on you and don't lose hope. The important thing to remember is that when someone ghosts you, it says nothing about you or your worthiness for love, and everything about the person who's doing the ghosting. That person doesn't have the courage to have an uncomfortable conversation, even by text. It shows that he or she doesn't have the courage to deal with the discomfort of their emotion or yours, and they either don't understand the impact of their behavior or worse, they don't care. In any case, the message they're sending is, I'm not mature enough, nor do I have the courage to tell you the truth. Instead, I'll just hide here and pray that I never have to see you in public anywhere. So if you're ghosted, don't bombard them with over texting or calling. Don't bombard them with insults. Be the better person. Retain your dignity and move on. And please, don't allow someone else's bad behavior to rob you of a better future by losing your vulnerability and shutting yourself off from another relationship. Keep moving forward and know that most people are inherently good and will treat you with the respect and integrity that you deserve. So I know you all have stories of being ghosted. I mean, it usually happens in new dating situations. But has anyone been ghosted in a more long-term relationship? I'd love to hear about it. Leave a comment below and I'll be sure to respond to all of them. Oh, and if you're not sure if you're being ignored instead of ghosted, click here to watch this video where I explain what to do when a person ignores you. And please hit that thumbs up button if you found this video helpful. I'll see you in the next video.